Hey everyone, how you doing today? Right, this is another edition of PITZWIL Rants. I've been doing a lot of rants lately. I guess, just been feeling in a ranty mood. I enjoy venting my anger on camera. But this is gonna be yet another non-venting rant. Sorry, I have a huge time cold. But I decided to record anyways. Yeah. Anyways. This is going to be another non-venting rant. It's actually another Sly Cooper related rant. Now, a couple weeks ago, I think it was actually, I did a Sly Cooper related rant, which were my thoughts on Sly 4. I believe I mentioned everything in there except for the gadgets. And I did that specifically for this video. Let's adjust the camera here. Yay. Okay, I did that. Now, on purpose, specifically for this video, because I want to talk about the gadgets in this video, because I have a lot of ideas for the gadgets. Now, first part of this video is just simply going to be me, just talking about the older gadgets and whatnot, alright? And then there's going to be, and then the next part's going to be me talking about... So I'm going to be on my computer too, typing away, I'm going to try to get all the gadgets and whatnot. Because it's going to be all of them, but I just want to mention them specifically. Alright, so yeah, I'll get the camera a little bit closer here. Yeah, I'm not really in tune for cutting stuff out unless I can make it a complete and total fuck up, of which I'd probably have at the end of the video in like a blooper or whatnot, but... Yeah, so the internet is my friend here, so I don't accidentally forget about any gadgets. So yeah, anyways, so yeah, I want every single gadget from Slide 1, 2, and 3 to be in there. Alright, and, and as well as a lot of new gadgets that I have in mind, and, some of them might be extensions to some of the previous ones, and some of them might be just completely brand new. Alright? So, yeah. Hopefully I can find them on here. Anyways, though, from Sly 1, obviously there's a knockout dive move, which is also featured in Sly 2 and 3. Obviously the downward dive move, but, in Sly 1, the downward dive move was thumping you out of the vault as an extension to the knockout dive move, and in Sly 2 and 3, it's just automatic before you even get the knockout dive move, so, yeah. And there's also the raccoon roll move, which is kind of a, and then there's the extension to it, which is the electrified version. I'd like both of them to be in there because, it's really helpful if there's flat surfaces, If they're not if there's not flat surfaces, then you're fucked. But if there's flat surfaces, then it's really helpful, okay? So, yeah. And I'll just keep talking here about the gadgets until I find them. I really don't want to miss any. Okay. And so yeah, the dive move, the roll move. Oh, also the invisibility move. It has to be in there. It was first featured in Sly 1. It's not a move you got out of the vault. It was a move you got automatically for beating the panda or no, for being Ms. Ruby. Sorry about that. And it's from Slayton Common the second. Here's a few. Okay. Okay, I don't really see any that are first appeared in slide 1, but whatever. So yeah, the invisibility move. Man, this is not a good time to be recording, I tell you. Anyways, the invisibility move, which is featured in slide 2 and 3 as shadow power, and actually has like 2 power-ups, I think. Well, I mean, in the Panda King's lair, since you get automatically, you're going to get it if you're going to enter the Panda King's lair. So in the Panda King's lair, the first vault has its extension, which allows you to walk with it, and that's kind of what Shadow Power Level 2 allows you to do. And well, not 2, yeah. So, and here we have, I'll just read these off here since they're here. The alarm clock gadget, which is first introduced in slide 2, and you actually have to buy it in slide 2 in order to complete the 7th heist. You basically just throw it and it draws guards to there. And I'm sorry, it's really dark here. I'm not sure. Maybe this will work. A little bit better, I think. Sorry, I just don't like being dark in my videos. Whatever. So yeah, and it's in slide 3 too. Actually, in slide 2, I believe it's a slide gadget. Yeah, it is. But in slide 3, I believe it's actually a Bitly gadget instead. So. Then, oh right, Smoke Bomb. This is an ability that once again introduced in slide 2 and goes to slide 3 as well, and it's not required to purchase at all, ever. Alright, but it's still really handy to have. Basically, if you're caught by guards, you use it with slide tapping his cane like on the ground or on his elbow or something like that, and it essentially obscures their vision. And even though it's not very thick smoke, you can actually run away and they won't know anything about it. So yeah. Then there's the Insanity Strike, which is in slide 2 and 3, and this is another one where in slide 2 it was Sly's power up that you had to get out of a vault, but in slide 3 it was actually Bentley's power up that you had to buy off ThiefNet, where if you hit enemies with it, they'll actually go and attack other enemies. It's not like they're your minions now, where they'll go wherever you go and always attack other enemies. They'll just go and attack random fucking enemies. So yeah. Then there's the voltage attack, which is exclusive to slide 2, where, oh my god, which one is this? I believe this one is the vault from when you get out of the vault from, or the 7th vault, and yeah, it's where Sly spins around really fast and charges up some electricity and whatnot. Who says Sly Cooper never kills guards? Bullshit. The Rage Bomb. Oh right, the Rage Bomb basically does the same thing that the Insanity Strike does, only in bomb form. So yeah, I personally prefer the Insanity Strike because it's really easy to miss with the Rage Bomb, but it should still be in there because it exists. Yeah. Alright, then there's the music box, which I don't use very often, but should still be in there because it, well, exists. But basically, it'll actually put guards to sleep if they're in close enough proximity to it, which is really cool. Lightning spin. Oh, okay, I mistaked with the voltage attack. The voltage attack actually just puts electricity on the tip of Sly's cane, which will electrocute guards to death if he eats it with him. The lightning spin's actually the spinning version, so yeah. Stealth slide. This one allows Sly to slide across or slide stealthily to easily avoid guards. And then the rocket boots allow Sly to slide across the ground really fast. Alright, and is a basically Sly 3's version of the stealth slide in Sly 2, except it's much better though. And then the paraglide, which you get in Sly 2 and 3, and in Sly 2 Neil even has her own version, which you see like once I think, but yeah, basically it's a giant parachute, essentially, or a parachute glider, or whatever, I guess is why it's called a paraglide. Parachute that allows you to glide, basically, with Sly Cooper's face on it. It's really cool. Then there's the combat dodge, which allows you to dodge enemies really fast. Then there's thief reflexes, which allows you to go in slow motion. Okay, this is basically Sly 2. Well, this is basically Sly 2's version of the slow motion move, which there's a slow motion move in Sly. Sly. Well, and it starts with slow motion jumps and it expands to slow motion whenever, and the thief reflex is basically Sly 2 and 3's version of that. Barrel pounce, which it's basically a better jump, alright? Sly can now jump higher and farther, and you can do them consistently too, which makes getting around much quicker and much safer and much funner. Yeah, and shadow powers here, which I already mentioned, so moving along. And of course, there's stuff from TV Raccoon such as Ninja Spire Jump, Rail Slide, Rail Walk, Invisibility, which I already mentioned, Raccoon Roll, which I already mentioned, Dive, which I already mentioned, Slow Motion, which I already mentioned, Coin Magnet, which I haven't mentioned yet, but that should be in there too, like the Coin Magnet technique. Explosive Hat technique, which I haven't mentioned yet, but that should be in there too, where Sly tosses his cap and it explodes. Which I actually have an extension to this. Alright, the first one could, well, first off, with both of them, Sly should instantly have a hat appear on his head, which would make it much quicker to run away and whatnot, but yeah, basically the first version could be exactly the same as it was in Sly 1. However, the extension gave it made a much huger explosion, killing enemies from a much higher range and whatnot. You know, Coin Magnet level 2, I guess you'd call it. Speed up the clock technique from B.F. Cooper. Yeah, that should definitely be in there too. Thief replica technique. Now, I'd like that one to be in there only if it's better. Yeah. And I have 7 stages. Basically, the first one would actually look exactly like Sly Cooper. And the extension, Thief Replica Level 2, that could actually come to life and be a full 3D model and everything. That'd be really cool. Really creepy, too. Computer hacking technique. In Sly 1, it wasn't really necessary, but it was kind of cool. I'd like that to be in there. Time stopping technique. Oh yeah, in Sly 1 it was completely pointless because he got this at the very end of the game. for getting 100%. Well, no, not technically 100%. You didn't have to beat the sprints to get it. You just had to beat Clockwork to get it. But it still wasn't it. But it didn't work well again on the sprint, so it wasn't any point if you ask me. But that should still be in there if they put it in there at a reasonable time. And Laser Slide. Oh, yes. I'll be fucking pissed if they don't put the fucking Laser Slide in there. Especially at Connor Cooper's time period. I mean, seriously.